And here we are on a great day where we get to chat with Konrad Wasiela from ESE. We're going to talk all about esports and the opportunity in the investment world. Konrad, welcome to Follow the Money Investment Group.
Thanks a lot for having me on, Mark, and fired up to explore the world of esports.
Excellent. I can't wait to get into some of the details. So tell me a little bit about the actual sector of esports. For those of us that are new to the territory, we're interested in investing, but we don't know a lot of information. Why is this an exciting sector?
Well, rest assured, I'm actually a former professional athlete, so a traditional athlete. I played football, so sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming. But the way I like to really simplify it for investors and just the general population is, esports is simply a competitive sport using video games. Mm-hmm. So just like you'll see competitors on the hockey ice or on the basketball court, it's either a group or a team playing against each other, but it's using video games. So that's the only difference. It's a competitive sport, but we're using video games in this case.
So I would think there's a level of excitement in both camps, so to speak. You've worked in the world of professional sports. You're now working in the world of esports. There's quite a parallel between the two, huh?
Unbelievable parallel. And that's what got me fired up about the opportunity. And I think they mirror each other. And I think that's the biggest mistake on the market right now is people are trying to fight against, what's better, what's bigger. They're both massive opportunities, multi-billion-dollar opportunities, but the synergies are blatantly obvious. Massive packed stadiums, huge viewerships, advertising, sponsorships. I mean, they're really a mirror image of each other. Mm-hmm. I think it's just entertainment 2.0 because, technology has really driven that to the forefront.
Wonderful. Well, I appreciate that you've taken your energy from professional sports into a new realm. And again, from an investor perspective, what don't I know about esports? Why is this an area that I should be excited and stepping up to invest in?
I mean, the size, right? Multi-billion-dollar opportunity. This is a generational type of opportunity. It's new, it's just booming now. So you're getting in at the ground floor. So for example, with our company, you're getting in on the ground floor. I think the industry is at the ground floor. The biggest misconception is gaming in general. I mean, if you look at the publishers, the actual groups that develop the games, these are companies that are worth 30, 40, 50 billion market caps, right? Mm-hmm. This is not a new industry. This is massive. It's just the popularity of actual esports is booming now. But for people, to quantify that, there's more viewership, in a Fortnite tournament than there is in the Super Bowl. Right. Yeah. There's more viewership on Twitch than there is on CNN. I mean, I think anybody could understand the opportunity there. So imagine you had an opportunity to invest in something that has that type of potential and has already surpassed groups that have been around for tens, if not hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And the time is now, I think, from what I understand of this sector. There's so much happening. Tell me a bit about some of the more recent innovations and why this is a good time to jump in.
Well, like I said, it's ground floor. So now what you're seeing is new innovation, huge growth of Twitch. So that's the live streaming side of the business. Mm-hmm. YouTube gaming now has their own streaming. Facebook gaming has streaming. Do you see the trend? All these massive groups are diving in head first. They're not doing it for fun.
I know you've been speaking to a variety of outlets. I know in December there was some conversation about offerings, and we're now into April in the new year. We've been going through COVID, the pandemic. Tell me about why this is a good time, considering everything going on the planet, the fact that eyeballs are turning to technology, eyeballs are turning to watch sports in a different way. Does this provide an opportunity?
I'm the best example. The reason why I listed my company during the pandemic. When there was a complete shutdown, lockdown of everything, and I had to fight tooth and nail to get listed. But what happened to our company? We'll take a look at our stock chart. It's been flying. Why? Because the business is booming. It's COVID proof, in my opinion. Similarly to how we're right now live on Zoom. It's the same thing, but in the entertainment, gaming, and esports space. It's not going away. It's only gonna increase, especially if there's more restrictions on the COVID side, because people are going to be even more reliant on new ways for entertainment and gaming and all those different types of things, right? So Yeah, if you're looking at someone who's been through it, I've been through it, and our business is booming. So
Great to hear that.
facts are, it's all in front of us, right?
And the world's been through so much. It's great to see good news happening, especially in the business sector. I'm curious to know, coming from professional sports into esports, how do you run your company, Konrad? What's the vision and the mandate of how you like to run your operation?
Well, first and foremost, we always have a big picture vision, billion plus market cap. I've been saying that from day one. We all think big. I've surrounded myself with real operators, guys who've all built multi-million-dollar businesses themselves, who've done it before. There's no pretenders, guys that get stuff done. And it's very clear if you have a look at our news releases and the growth of our company, it's all there laid out in front of you. But I really believe in just bringing on really good people that are just experts in their specific field. You don't need to know everything. You need to be surrounded by guys that do, though. So just bringing that great group, that teamwork, around us, yes, and just building it. And I think I've learned a lot from the sports world, and I've been blessed to be coached by some of the best coaches in the history of the game. So you learn a lot, and you realize that teamwork and scale, that's how you really achieve something at that elite level. And that's what we're striving for. We want to be elite, we want to be special, and we want to get to that billion plus market cap.
I'm amazed at the parallels between professional sports and this sector and how you run your company. It's beautiful to see that. Tell me about maybe the foreseeable future over the next 5-10 years. This is a rapidly changing sector. The industry changes on a daily basis. What's most exciting for you from an investment perspective on what's coming down the pike?
Like I said, that's the fun part, right? So we're in the ground level. We're a very nimble company. We could shift on a dime. We have a great team that's all around the world. So for us, it's just seeing this integration of, like I said, the music industry, the traditional sports integrating into esports, digital motorsports, crossing over into traditional racing. It's unbelievable. We built out our whole sim racing unit, our digital motorsports unit recently, and it's absolutely booming. It's unbelievable. Working with groups like Porsche and Kia Motors, these are opportunities that are once in a lifetime, working with multi-billion-dollar groups. And we're just, quite frankly, surrounded by some excellent groups that are global leaders. So it's exciting.
I'm glad to hear that. And it sounds to me as an investor, to see the opportunity to get into the game now, so to speak, it's layered. This is not a one-track trajectory. You're talking about multi-levels, things happening, evolving on a daily basis in different areas of innovation. So to me, that's part of the excitement. Would you agree?
100%. And, one thing maybe I didn't touch upon is the fact that we want to be really aggressive as it pertains to acquisitions as well, right? So we could accelerate that growth via acquisitions, and that's a huge upside of being public. So when we see these new opportunities and growth opportunities, we could go out and acquire other groups that are synergistic, and we could grow that much faster. But when you're in a already hyper growth industry, you use an example, the last acquisition, it's 14 million plus of revenue we're adding to the books, right? And you're on to the next one and the next one. So that goal of becoming $1 billion market cap company could be happening faster than you think, right?
Right, I hear that.
So it's exciting.
Absolutely. And so as the visionary behind the company, tell me, when you wake up in the morning, what do you get most excited about with this company and the way things are moving forward?
I love that there's no ceiling to it. That's my personality, right? I wake up and I'm going $1 billion plus. The reason I always say a plus, because it's just, I know there's more, right? And I see the new opportunities on a daily basis. I'm talking to other CEOs. We're talking to acquisition targets. And I'm seeing the numbers. I'm going, holy smokes. Like, how could you not be excited? There's no ceiling, right? Some industries, there's only so much land or so many buildings you could build, but this is virtual. We could scale globally. We're already in 3 different continents. We haven't even scratched the surface. Like, this is ground floor for our company. And the excitement is no ceiling. So you could dream and think as big as you want, because we're just going to keep going and going and going here.
Open sky thinking. I love that very much.
Yep.
Wow. Any look back on the industry, working in professional sports, things that you miss? You've obviously changed your life in a dramatic way, working in the business world in this way. What is it that you feel has served you most moving from professional sports into this sector?
Obviously accomplishing the ultimate goal, accomplishing a dream, but quickly realizing that it is indeed a business, and quickly understanding the business side of sports and entertainment. And then being around global elites. I mentioned coaches like Wally Bono, he's the greatest coach in CFL history. Playing for people like that, people don't get opportunities like that. And the owners of the teams are typically, ultra high net worth, sometimes in some cases billionaires. So you're around ultra elite individuals, and I like to call it elephant ears. You listen more than you talk, and you learn a lot about business. You learn a lot about how they run an organization, and it really translates to how I like to run my current business. And letting people flourish within your ecosystem or organization. And letting the operators that we have be the best that they can be. We're just a facilitator to let them continue to grow. That's the whole point here.
Beautiful. Well, you bring a very personal touch, obviously, to the vision of the company. I appreciate that, and deep respect for your work in the professional sports field. And it's rare, Konrad, to see somebody move from one sector to another, bring those skills, and build something of beauty. And I think as an investor, as we've talked about, to get in on the ground floor is really a great opportunity. So I'm really grateful you could share some of those insights. Is there anything else that we've missed? Anything else you want to share with our audience about where the company is or what the opportunities are right now?
No, I just really recommend following the news. I really believe in actions speak louder than words. Have a look at our news. Look at the groups we work with. Porsche, Kia, Nuve. We're talking multi-billion-dollar companies that have also put their trust into our company. And then in addition to that, keep an ear to it, and you'll see some great news coming up in the pipeline. And do your comparables. Look at our group compared to other groups. We have zero debt. We're growing fast. And we anticipate to have some big revenue numbers coming up for this year. So, like I said, actions speak louder than words, and I'm very confident in what we have in the pipeline.
Fantastic. It sounds very nimble with a great opportunity for potential. I appreciate that very much. Great.
Absolutely.
Konrad, Follow the Money Investor Group really appreciates your time to bring our audience some of your insights and behind the scenes knowledge. So we'll thank you for your time and look forward to more opportunities to connect with you.
Absolutely. Love to be on again. Like I said, follow the news and billion-dollar market cap. That's what we're going for here.
Beautiful. Konrad, thanks again for the time.
Thanks, Mark. Have a great day.